ready for a double dose of long runs? I know I am, because I have Broken Arrow 50K and VK coming up very, very soon. So Saturday, we're gonna hit the mountains. We're going out to the trails for a long, grueling day, climbing some big hills. Then Sunday, I'm gonna take you to the streets on the road, where I'm gonna spend some time getting that leg turnover and that speed to help prepare me for those more runnable terrain that there is at the Broken Arrow course. You ready, Echo? Echo, Echo. Yeah. Jasper, no, come here. Oh, yeah, there's a good girl. We're dressed for 90 degrees, but right now it's really only 60 and extremely buggy, so we're hoping it really warms up. Okay. The first few miles are pretty rolly, decently flat, as you can see here. So it's a nice little warm up to some of the climbs that we have coming very soon. Just about a mile in, and we're starting to climb. Starting a little steeper. Ooh, that GoPro's even starting to fog up. It's chilly, but muggy out. I feel sweat really starting to form already. The rocks are super wet in here, so just really have to watch my footing today. So normally the summit's up there. It's really foggy today, which we're kind of glad for. We are just about 2.5 miles in. We're at this nice false summit, and we're gonna go back down. We have like a nice flatter section, and then straight up and straight back down. And we're done. It's easy peasy. So we hit the bottom at about 5.5 miles, where the one and only aid station is gonna be. So it's good to note to, like, if it's gonna be hot, get in all my liquids and drink them all up, and because that's the one time I'll have to fill up. We did go the wrong way, but that's okay. It's only like a 0.15 mishap. So we go pretty straight for a little while, and it starts to get really rolly, and then we're gonna get into some hella steep climbs. I just had my one spring so far, and we're like an hour and 40 minutes in, but I have water in one bottle, and I have pretty concentrated electrolytes in the other, and I've been really sipping on those, but also trying to conserve because we just hit mile 6, so we have like 9 more miles to go, and it's only getting hotter. I'm definitely gonna have to dunk my head in a river soon. And it's back to uphill. Well, it's kind of a rolly uphill, and I probably should be running more than I am, but my legs really aren't recovered. I helped pace a friend for a 100-mile race a week ago, so last weekend, and I was pacing miles 50 to 75, so it's in the dark and nighttime, and so we're going pretty chill. So I was out there for 9 hours, so my legs just like, oh, feel that today. So I'm just taking it one step at a time, literally. A really good tip that Grady taught me, and I try to use it as often as I can, is, especially when you're going uphill, that moment that your mind or your legs are like, I cannot go another step, try to take 5 more steps. Just 5 more steps. Just push a little bit further past it, and then you can rest. And that helps me just like kind of mentally get through it, and I try to use that as often. And if I think 5 is gonna be too many because my legs are just absolutely dying, I'm like 3 or 5. So it's just a good like extra way to keep pushing yourself, keep motivating yourself without overdoing it. You're still listening to your body, but you're just trying to give it that extra little oomph that it needs. That waterfall is calling my name. I just want to splash at just over 7 miles and 2 hours in, so just about halfway. We are still in some rollier climbing sections here. Still haven't gotten to the fun part yet. And also remembering that when it's hot and muggy and humid, like, you really have to set expectations. You know, you have to go into these hotter weather days with that expectation that you're just gonna slow down because your heart rate's gonna spike, it's gonna get a lot higher, you know, go off of effort. So what on a normal day is like my 50% effort, you know, it's starting to feel like 70% today. So just gotta slow it down, keep drinking water, keep hydrating with electrolytes, and keep moving. That's as clear as the lens is gonna get with how muggy it is. We're starting kind of, I would say, my least favorite portion because it's getting a lot steeper, but also a lot rockier, as you can see. And then there's gonna be some portions as we go up that are like huge, big boulders. Essentially, it's just like climbing. That's just not my strength. I shine where there's more runnable sections. I'm not a super great power hiker, but keep cruising on up through here. So it's really good that I've run the course because at least I know where I can expend a little bit more energy on those flatter sections and some of the less technical parts of the downhill, because no matter how tired I am when I get to these sections, like, I'm not gonna be able to make up time going uphill. So might as well be extra tired and then just cut to walk and recover a little bit, because once I hit the summit, the downhill's decently technical, so I really can't go too much faster on that either. So I really have to make it up in this first half. Coming all the way up from down there. This section's trying to break me. It's trying real hard. There's the summit, but we have to do this little loop around the backside and then come up the summit, and then we're gonna just a little overgrown in this section. I think I'm on the right trail. I hope I'm on the right trail. You guys can come with me. There, here we go. Someone's over there. Okay, so the route's actually there. You can go wherever you want. I'll meet you guys at the summit. The final descent is hot. We are out of water, but we are almost done. Woo, baby! Oh, I'm ready to go lay in the brook. Here we are getting ready for Sunday's run. I'm dressed. We're on the road today. We're gonna do about 12 to 13 miles. Good job, man. Good job. So I'm on the road training for a steep mountainous trail race. Well, I'll tell you why. Because as you guys saw, a lot of the trails that we've been running on and a lot of the trails here in the Northeast are very technical, very rocky and rooty, and the running is very different. I really can't get a good stride. I can't open up and like run. And Broken Arrow is the complete opposite. It's steep and there's a lot of really good climbs and descents, but the trails are more of that like fire road, so they're like flat, steep, if that makes any sense, very runnable. Especially those downhills, I'm gonna be able to open up my stride a lot more similar to road running. So I really want to make sure that I have a good amount of distance under my legs, opening up my stride, so when I get to race day I don't feel that fatigue from moving my legs as turnover quickly. So I'm out here in the heat again, great heat training. I don't know what the weather's gonna be like at Broken Arrow. It's been kind of either or. Sometimes there's snow on the course, sometimes there's not, but it's generally pretty warm. So I think this will be some good heat training today. My legs are, mostly my quads are definitely feeling a little bit of fatigue today, especially from those descents. It's just so much impact that my legs were absorbing yesterday. So today, as you can see, well, you can't really see, but you can kind of see, I have my Nike Zoom X Next Percents, I'm pretty sure that's what they're called, on, and they have the carbon plate in them, so which is really good for recovery and kind of keeps moving me forward, even when I don't feel like moving forward. I don't really know where I'm going. I'm just gonna go off of intuition, I think. So I'm going from one park in South Portland to one of the most famous Portland Headlight Park with the really famous lighthouse. There we go. Oh my god, my brain's broken. But you'll see when we get there, and hopefully our water fountains are turned back on for the summer because it's warm and I didn't bring any water. We're going the right way. There we go. One of the bigger issues that has, not really bigger issues, but an issue that I've noticed that's come up in my training is all those like long trail runs that I'm doing, I'm wearing my pack. And as you've seen, I carry my 2 water bottles in the front, and like all of my gear in the front is just easier access. So on my back, there's nothing. And the trails are technical that I'm looking down most of the time. So I look down and my pack is heavy on the front, so everything's like pulling me forward. And I realized like today, as I started my run, my shoulders started to get really hunchy, and I was like, oh god, like I'm just training myself to be hunched over. So I'm making sure that on these road runs and in my strength training and my mobility sessions, I'm making sure to open up my chest and strengthen my back. And on these runs, I'm constantly like rolling my shoulders back, trying to pick my chin up, just so that I don't get into that habit. We have arrived. So this park is actually very special to runners here in Maine because it's the finish line for a pretty cool and epic race, and pretty famous, hosted by a very, very famous badass female runner who lives here in Maine that I may not be doing this summer. I'll let you take a guess at it. Drop it in the comments if you know. Apparently this is, well, what Grady says is one of the most photographed lighthouses in all of the places. So there you go. You can get a nice screenshot there. And you can feel like you have a picture of it too. There you go. Perfect. And I'm gonna have a snack and head back. So I did a little loop and swoop to the park. Got me like 6.5 miles out. So I'm gonna head back, which is gonna put me over 12 and over my goal of 50 miles this week. Woohoo! So that was about, it was exactly 12.6 miles. Pretty warm out. I'm ready to get some water. I'm just changing my shoes. Definitely glad that I was able to keep a nice pace, nice and consistent, right around 8:15, and that was with me trying to stop and fill a little bit. So feeling good. Happy the weekend's, not happy the weekend's over, but happy I was able to put together a good block for training. So now the only thing standing in my way is driving this car, which is a stick, to go pick up Grady. Got a drink, got changed, I'm feeling good, gonna go home and get some stretching in. And hey, if you're wondering what else I've been doing for my training, you can go ahead and check out this video I did a couple weeks ago of one of my longest long runs. Look how far I've come and what training can actually do for you. Go ahead and check it out, and hey, follow along with my journey, and I'll see you guys later.